Hi everyone, welcome to my latest video, and today for the very first time I will be reading one of the stories I've written 2 decades ago. For all who don't know, I'm a writer, or rather I want to be a writer. I've been writing since I was young, since I was 7, 8 years old. So writing is in my blood, and writing stories is one of my favorite pastimes. So 2 decades ago I started on this series called Jessica Bane. As to what this Jessica Bane is all about, now I shall do the reading. The first story is called Mind Over Matter, and this will be an interesting kind of read because I will be reading and commenting on my own writing that I did 20 years ago. So let's move on. Chapter 1. I am Jessica Bane. I am a woman like no other. I look like an ordinary woman from the outside. And why shouldn't I be? Standing at 5 feet 6 inches, I have long silky hair cascading down my shoulder blades, sapphire eyes, and dimples that showed whenever I smiled. I am a freelance journalist and I take up part-time lessons in photography. The one big difference between me and most people is I am telepathic. Yes, you did not read wrong. I am telepathic. I can read minds accurately. It's an ability I discovered I had a few years ago. A few years is enough for me to experiment with my abilities and perfect it with time and experience. How old am I? Try reading my mind and I will tell you. I sit on the sofa and leaf through the newspapers. It's a routine I do every morning. I am not a morning person. Unless you had a good reason, you can expect to walk down the warpath with me if your dad called me before 9 in the morning. Okay, as I read this, I'm just wondering why I wrote this 20 years ago. I mean, if I'm not a morning person, why do I say yeah, it's a routine I do every morning? Doesn't make sense. What was I thinking really? Moving on, I look at the clock as I flip to the general news section. 11:30. Half the day is almost gone. Pause. Again, I'm not a morning person, so why am I up so early? I should be up at noon onwards, right? Hmm. Really. Moving on. I had no assignments at the moment, and I was free to laze around all day. A particular hot headline caught my attention. String of kidnappings on the rise. As I read on, a name stared out at me. Melinda Perkins. I sat up straight. Melinda was among the people in town who have gone missing and is suspected to be a victim in a kidnapping. Melinda was my high school best friend. We shared almost everything together. Thank goodness she's not telepathic. Otherwise, she would have known I had a crush on a boyfriend then. Back then, I was not telepathic yet. Darn. Or I would have tried to find out how she really felt about my dramatic change in hairstyle. I had not contacted Melinda for almost a year, ever since we got different jobs. Melinda's interest was being a model, and from the last I heard, she got a job in the modeling agency called Look Young and Beautiful. Crappy. I looked at the article again. According to the report, the victims were all last seen near a warehouse downtown. I was kind of surprised my editor Perry hadn't called me yet. Perry is a tough boss. He gives deadlines like there's no tomorrow, and he doesn't give a damn as to whether you can complete it. Then again, I'm a freelance journalist, and I'm telepathic. Go do the math. The phone rang. Hello? Jess, I'm sure you know about the kidnapping stuff. Free to cover it? I smiled. Perry was giving me a choice. If it were a full-time journalist he was talking to, it would have been more of an order. Why? Lack of staff? That's besides the point. I know your friend is involved in this. I'm giving you the chance to dig it up. Damn, he knows about Melinda. Perry was no easy pushy. What do you want me to do? I asked as I flipped through the paper. Leave the detective work to the police. I want you to find out how the modeling agency, Look Young and Beautiful, had anything to do with this. My sources say most of the victims are models of this agency or once worked there before. I smelled something fishy, and it had nothing to do with the tuna sandwich I had for breakfast. I'll get back to you, Perry. I hung up before I could say another word. I was the only one who got away with that. Maybe it's my charisma. Nah. I pulled on the denim jacket, grabbed my bag, and left the house. And so here comes the end of chapter 1. Bearing in mind this story was written more than 2 decades ago when I was still very young, so pardon the poor English used, but you know, as a starting aspiring writer, it's a start, and I got better as I went on. For your information, I have written about 10 to 11 stories in this Jessica Bane mini series that I started. So hope to get your support, and if you like this table reading, do subscribe to my channel for more videos on such readings, and like this video. So I will see you in my next video. Goodbye.